We're all together.
We had our time together. And I have to let you go.
Ever since I was a kid, I fell in love with this shit. I've been grinding for some years just to get in this bitch. Watch out for the industry, deliver them hits. Then be in LA trying to find a girl that drink hadn't hit. Damn, I ain't mean to spill the tea. I took a journey on the toll road. I had to pay the fee. Your mother fed.
Let's get right into this. Is there a difference between being vaccinated and being immunized? Is there? Are you immunized for polio? So you have your polio vaccination, huh? So essentially, there is no difference. And we know that the FDA has approved some of these vaccines, but alternate medicine has been approved. And Rodgers chose to go the alternate medicine route. And with that, he has essentially lied or misrepresented himself as far as his status in relation to COVID. The reason why this is an issue is because he has been doing interviews with the press unmasked. We've seen him in gatherings with teammates outside of football unmasked. We've seen him do everything that you're not supposed to do when you haven't been vaccinated. Yet, he will still not be treated like Kyrie. And a lot of people are comparing the two situations, which I understand. I really understand that they're comparing the two situations, but I'm going to explain to you how they're different and how what Aaron Rodgers is doing is way more fucked up than what's been put out there about Kyrie Irving. Now, Kyrie Irving has foregone the vaccination. He is not playing. And Rodgers really act like he got the vaccination and is playing. So right there, you see the responsibility of Kyrie and the irresponsibility of Aaron Rodgers. But no one's talking about how irresponsible Aaron Rodgers is. No one talking about how dumb his decision is. No one is talking about how selfish his decision is. They're not. And I don't expect him to. I expect him to get a slap on the wrist. You know, the Packers receive a fine, maybe lose a draft pick. But at the end of the day, that's not enough. Not for me. You know, I saw a clip the other day with Stephen A. and Jay Williams talking about this particular situation. And Jay Will asked Stephen A. straight up, bro, as a black man, I'm wondering why you're not coming with the same kind of energy, the same kind of vitriol toward the way of Aaron Rodgers that you did with Kyrie. I'm not getting that. And I could understand where he's coming from because at the end of the day, Stephen A. is not going to have that same energy with an Aaron Rodgers as he will with a with a Kyrie Irving. And that's simply put because Aaron Rodgers is in a protected class where Kyrie Irving isn't in a protected class. Kyrie Irving's biggest issue, or people's biggest issue with Kyrie Irving, is one of those things that really ties into what you're supposed to do as a black celebrity. As a black celebrity, they're expecting you to do this, say this, so people that look up to you, specifically black people, will do what it is that you need them to do, or do what it is that the public needs them to do or wants them to do. And in this case, it's about being vaccinated. So Kyrie has foregone the vaccination, so he is not playing. Aaron Rodgers lied about it and is playing. When we talk about Kyrie, we talk about the kind of state or how he is letting his teammates down, how he is ruining the Brooklyn Nets season, how Kevin Durant and James Harden are even in Brooklyn because of Kyrie, and he's doing this. But we just went through this summer with Aaron Rodgers. When Aaron Rodgers put the Green Bay Packers on blast, talking about how they don't communicate well. When he put them on blast about getting rid of this player and getting rid of that player, or keeping this player, keeping that player. Mind you, there's some people in Green Bay right now because of Aaron Rodgers. You feel me? They're in Green Bay to play with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers said that about himself. Aaron Rodgers pointed out there are people on his team that are there because he's Aaron Rodgers. You feel me? So think about that. You got one who is being shit on for not doing something and doing the right thing by staying away. And even when he comes around, has a mask on. You have one person that lied about it. Like straight up. He lied to your face. And you still are not going to come for that man like you should come for that man. That's our main issue with everything that we see in the world today. We know that the rules are different for us because we're Black. If you disagree with that, I'm sorry. I know there are things I can't do because I'm Black. I know the punishment's different. I've known that since I was in elementary school. Mind you, when I was in middle school, maybe around 7th, 8th grade, I did something. Oh, it was fucked up. Me and another kid, well, 2 other kids, we did it. And we were all punished. The 8th grade trip was a trip to the Braves game. I wasn't allowed to go to that game. We had a field day. I wasn't allowed to participate in field day. But I was the only one that was not allowed to do those things. Everyone else that did what I did when I did it, we did it, was allowed to go on about their merry little ways. And that's just how America set up, baby. That's just how this shit goes. That's literally how this shit goes. Black bad. You're used to being bad, so we ridicule you. The other side is usually right. Or if they're wrong, we can mitigate those circumstances to make sure they're not as wrong as they could have been. And they play both sides of the fence. And Rodgers even stood up in his interview talking about how some people don't want to get the vaccine. Motherfucker, you don't want to get the vaccine. You talking about some people. You ain't being straight up. And to that point, the Packers seemingly did all this shit for you to get you to come back to play football for them, but you ain't do shit for them, but put them in a fucked up situation. Look the fucked up situations you put other players in. Walking up to Kyler Murray after the game, an undefeated football team's quarterback after the game, whispering in his ear and shit, bro. You got cooties. You can't do that shit. You lied to us, man. It ain't fair, but it is what it is. And we're going to see some more of this. We're going to see how it plays out. But absolutely, Aaron Rodgers should be suspended or something. And you need to back up off Kyrie because he's not playing. He is not playing. He is jeopardizing his team by not playing, but he is not jeopardizing their fucking health by playing. And that's exactly what Aaron Rodgers is doing. Ain't nowhere around it. Nowhere around it. And the people like Stephen A's of the world, they're going to continue to do what they do. They've been around since James Meredith. And if you don't know who James Meredith is, look him up. Read, and you'll be happy in the beginning. But by the time you get to James Meredith in the 1980s, you'll be sadly mistaken about who this man originally was. And a lot can be said the same. A lot of those same things can be said about Stephen A. When we first met Stephen A., he was at Black Dude on Sports, and he had Allen Iverson interviews. He had Kobe interviews. Quite frankly, was a show. And as time elapsed, the man became something different. He became an example of what a lot of us don't like to see, and a lot of us don't want to be. So it is his job to be the gatekeeper. It is his job to be the overseer, to chastise people like Kyrie and people that look like Kyrie while we turn the blind eye, or give people that look like Aaron Rodgers slap on the wrist. That's all I got to say about that, man. Peace.